working very long and hard on a lot of things that we're going to show you. There's some really, really cool things. We're going to show you some of our AI. We're going to talk about our AI Bootcamp, how to use AI to create your own trading strategies. I think you guys are going to love what we have to show you. And I'm just waiting for everyone to fill in here. We have a nice group of people. And also, just to let you know, guys know, we are also live on YouTube. If you haven't seen us on YouTube, actually, we're live on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, a bunch of different things. But YouTube is kind of where we spend the majority of our time. So if you guys are not following us on YouTube yet, make sure you do so. We have a lot of free content on there. We're going to be adding a lot more stuff as the days pass by. And all these types of things that we have here, whenever we go live, you'll see us automatically on YouTube. You'll get that passed to you automatically, and you get a lot of free stuff, right? Lots of really good free content on here. So I sent you guys a link inside of the Zoom chat for you guys to follow along. Basically, go to YouTube and search for Lumi Wealth, right? Or you can just go to the link that I gave you directly, and you'll see we have a ton of really good free content here for you guys to build some really cool stuff. Okay, cool. All right, so we are live right now. It's taking a look here. Okay, I'm gonna mute this. We got our live session going here. So if you guys are on YouTube, if you guys are following us on YouTube, watching this video on YouTube, make sure that you guys comment as well. I'm going to be checking if you guys write any comments on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, wherever you guys are. Just let me know. Type in if you have any questions, feel free to type it in. This is a live workshop. This is why we do it live, so you guys can actually ask the questions and we can interact and that sort of thing. So that goes for all of you guys on Zoom as well. If you guys have any questions, if you have any comments or whatever, feel free to type directly into the chat, or you guys on Zoom can even turn on your microphones and ask questions. So feel free to do that, right? This is live, and that's one of the reasons why we do this, so we can answer your questions and help you out, okay? Okay, so today we're going to be talking about our AI Bootcamp, and we're going to be showing you guys some of our features of our website and how you could create a strategy using AI very, very easily, back test it, run it, and iterate on it very, very easily. We'll show you how to do all of that, okay? Before we jump into it, let me tell you a little bit about myself, because, why the heck listen to me at all, right? Here's my background. So I've been a programmer for over 25 years. I've been doing this for a very long time. I have a master's in finance degree from like an Ivy League school in Canada. Very good school, significantly cheaper than going to school in the US. I got accepted to Carnegie Mellon, and they wanted to charge me $300,000. And meanwhile, I was able to get a very, very good education for 30 instead. So big difference there. So that's why I went to school in Canada. I also sold after I went to grad school. I built and sold a bunch of different tech companies for a pretty good amount of money. It actually gave me enough cash to kind of travel the world for a little bit after I sold my first company there. Eventually ended up in New York on Wall Street, worked on Wall Street for a number of years, and then went to go off to start a company called Voyager. If you guys have never heard of it, Voyager used to be kind of like a Coinbase, is a crypto trading app. When I joined the company, it was really just a dream and a WeWork, really. We took it from, I think, 4 of us. We grew to, I think, 40, 50 people by the time I left the company. And we were worth about $1 billion on the stock exchange. We were sponsoring NBA teams, all that kind of stuff. It was actually very cool, right? So that's some of my past work experience and kind of some things that I've done. Now I'm the CEO of Lumi Wealth BotSpot. It's my job to build stuff that is really, really good for you guys, that can help you trade, help you guys make money, and build some really, really cool stuff. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that we've been working on. I'm going to tell you about our AI Bootcamp that we're launching soon. On August 7th, it starts, and we can actually teach you guys all the intricate details about how to do all these different types of things. All right? Okay, cool. So here's kind of the backstory. This is the reason why we created this company and why this is so important to me personally. So let's rewind a bit. These days I manage a couple $1 million worth of investments, and we're doing quite well. But that wasn't always the case, right? So back in 2008, I actually wiped out my investment account. I was young. I think I was like 20 years old or something like that, pretty young. I managed to save up 30 grand by that point in time in my life. And then 2008, totally wiped it out. Did some pretty stupid things. was over leveraging and doing all sorts of stuff that I later found out was a very bad idea. But this gave me a really, really powerful lesson, right? Is that emotions are very dangerous when it comes to trading, and they do not give you an edge. If you do things using code or doing things in a more specific manner, using numbers, you're going to get much, much better results than if you're using your emotions when you're trading or investing. Okay. So I'll tell you what happened is basically in 2008, basically lost all my money at the time. It was $30,000 to me. That was a lot of money back in the day. And spent basically my entire time at grad school and beyond trying to figure out what the heck happened. How could I prevent that? So what I started doing was creating this really big Excel spreadsheet, right? And basically was able to do something like, okay, if I put in, $1,000 on this date, and then you follow it through the day. Okay, so on January 1st, you have $1,000. January 2nd, you'll have hopefully a little bit more because the market went up. And then you can kind of follow it day by day, and you can see basically how your investments would have changed. I started doing that sort of thing with really big Excel spreadsheets. And I was trying to figure out, how could I have done things differently? What if I invested in S&P? What if I had taken on some margin? What if I had borrowed money from the bank? Doing all these different calculations inside the Excel spreadsheet. And I was able to really pinpoint and understand what the heck I did wrong. And really, a lot of it was over leverage. But for you guys, it might be a bunch of other things, right? So ever since I did that, I've been managing my family's money. My dad passed away soon after I finished grad school. It's been now, I think 10, 15 years, actually. We visited his tombstone the other day. It's been about 15 years. So when he passed away, I was the one put in charge of our family's money. So I started managing all that money and basically took it from, I think we started off around $200,000, and it's worth, I want to say something around $2 million now. So pretty nice return over the past 10 or 15 years. And I attribute it all back to those days when I spent all this time on these Excel spreadsheets trying to figure out, how the heck can we make money in the long term, but do it in a very objective and calculated manner, right? And that's basically what sprouted the idea behind Lumi Wealth and BotSpot, right? Lumi Wealth, where we teach people how to build these types of investment strategies, and BotSpot, where we provide the technology to actually do it using AI. And this all comes from this whole idea of, it's a lot better to have a machine trade for you rather than you using your own emotions and going out and doing something stupid, quite frankly, a lot of times, investing in things that you really shouldn't be, right? This way you can have a much more calculated way of looking at your investments, looking at your trading, and it's something that you can be much more mechanical and much more predictive, right? That's essentially what we are all about here at Lumi Wealth and at BotSpot, right? So let me show you some of that stuff. Okay. So here's our agenda for today. This is what we're going to be talking about. First, I'm going to show you a live demo. So I'm going to show you how you could take a prompt, just like you'd go to a ChatGPT, and you can basically put in that kind of prompt, and you can have it spit out software code that you could use to actually trade for you. It's really, really cool. So I'm going to show you how that all works. I'm going to show you how to do a back test as well. And then I'm going to show you how to deploy it. Everything is very, very simple. Everything from the prompt all the way to back testing and deploying is all very simple all across the board. Yeah. Then afterwards, I'm going to tell you about our AI Bootcamp. So we have our BotSpot. You can go to our website. You can buy our product directly. You get a free trial. You can try it out, and that's all available to you. And I'll talk about that as well. But we also are hosting an AI Bootcamp starting on August 7th, where we're going to teach you all the details about all this stuff. I'm going to give you lots of prompts, lots of existing strategies, and you're going to learn how to use AI in a very detailed way to build these kinds of things. All right. So let's start off with the demo. Yeah. So this is really cool. The first time we ever built this, I thought this was like the coolest thing in the world. Yeah. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to be doing something that we call these days vibe coding. Okay. So you back in the day when we've been teaching people how to build trading bots for over 5 years now. And back in the day, it was really, really difficult to build a trading bot. We'd have to teach you how to do Python, how to install things on your computer to run this Python. You have to learn about if statements and functions, all kind of stuff. And I spent a lot of time teaching that to people. These days, you really don't need to do that, especially for something as simple as building out a trading bot, right? If you're building a giant website, something crazy like that, sure, having those coding skills is very valuable. But if you're building something like an investment strategy or something like that, you can do this really with just voice or typing. This is 100% available right now, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. All right, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to describe what our strategy is in plain English, not in software code, in plain English. Then the AI is going to write this Python code for us. So Python is a specific kind of coding language, which you don't really need to know the intricacies of, but that's what it spits out. And if you guys are software developers, I think you'll find this very, very useful. Then what we're going to do is we're going to run a quick back test on our website, and then we're going to deploy the bot, and you'll see how easy this whole process is. Okay, so here's a little prompt cheat sheet. Okay, a nice little one that I put together. You guys can take this. Actually, let me share these slides with you guys so that you guys can use these for whatever you'd like. You have the prompt cheat sheet in here and everything else that we discussed. Okay. I gave 3 different prompts, one for stocks, one for options, and then another one for trading with the news. But you could do a lot more than just that. You could trade crypto. We're adding in futures functionality as well. That should be available in about a week. Really cool futures bots. Actually, I just ran a futures trading bot very recently, and I could show you what that looks like. Here's one of our futures trading bots that we just did. It was actually quite impressive. 20% a year returns with a very, very low drawdown. I think we could take this to making it like 100+% a year returns with actually a very, very simple strategy. This is fantastic. So this is adding in our futures trading into our platform. So here we can see it says 20% a year with only a 13% drawdown. That's a really good ratio between the drawdown to returns. And it's also very uncorrelated with the stock market. So if you guys are traders, you'll know how valuable each of those things are. And because we have such a small drawdown, I believe we could actually leverage this and make a heck of a lot more money. Futures are actually quite amazing as we're starting to learn. There's a lot of really cool things there. But as of right now, we're able to trade stocks, we're able to trade options, we're able to trade crypto, and like I said, soon we're going to be able to trade futures. Okay, but here are 3 different example prompts. Here's a stock prompt. This is one that I really like. Really simple, but a good way to make money, right? Make a bot that trades TQQQ based on a 200-day moving average filter. Buy TQQQ when the price is above the 200-day moving average and sell when it is below. Very simple bot, and I'll show you guys exactly how to do that. But you can also do some other things. For example, let's say you trade options. Let's say you like making options strategies. Here's an example of an option strategy you could plug directly into the website, and so produce it for you automatically, right? You could say something like, make a bot that buys at the money call options on SPY, expiring a month or more out and selling a week before expiry. Use 7% of the account value each time and buy more options when you don't own any, right? So very simple call option strategy, rolling calls. You could do a lot more advanced stuff than this. You could do like iron condors, you could do bull call spreads, put spreads, calendar spreads, like all sorts of stuff. Whatever option strategies you guys have in mind that you could just plug right into the AI and create it for you. Here's an example of a prompt they could give that will trade the news for you. Right, so you could say, for example, make a strategy that buys all the companies that beat earnings yesterday. Sell everything at the end of the day at 3:55 p.m. and buy any companies that beat on earnings the day before. Use the entire account value and split it between all companies equally. Buy them as soon as you can and hold them until 3:55 p.m. Right, so really simple. This is simply trading on earnings. When earnings announcements come out, companies beat on earnings, you can do that. You could actually even modify this one a little bit because most companies will release earnings after hours. So you could actually even make a bot that trades after hours. We'll listen to those earnings announcements, and right when they come out, we'll make these trades for you as well. That's usually where all the big alpha, all the big money is made. So these are just a couple examples. I'm sure you guys could think of your own, right? Maybe you guys have some sort of strategies that you want to do. A lot of people, funny enough, come into our platform and just say, make me money, right? And we're actually working on a bot, the ability to actually respond to that in a really good way, because we can kind of go even further than that. But whatever you guys have in mind, you guys can put into our platform and do it for you. Or you could also just use the ones that we already have. And I'll tell you more about that. That comes with the AI Bootcamp. We give you a whole bunch of different prompts that you could use. We give you a whole bunch of example algorithms that you could use right out of the box. And you can basically just run with any of those, right? Okay, so that's a nice little prompt cheat sheet. So let's see how this actually works in real life. Okay, so let's go in, and what we're going to do is we're going to create one of these strategies. So I'm going to go over to BotSpot. Okay, you guys should all know this website because this is how you got to the Zoom, right? So you go to botspot.trade and you go straight to the homepage. I'm going to log in here. If you guys click on the create, oops, let me go back here. If you guys click on the main button on the home page, it'll take you over here, and you guys can actually see. Let me log out here so you can see how this all works. You can click on Create AI Strategy. It's going to allow you to sign up, and you go through here. You get a 1-week free trial, so you guys can mess around with it. All right, you can go ahead and do that if you'd like. Okay, but I'm going to show you basically once you've logged in and once you've signed up, how this all works. All right, so let me log in here. Boom, log in. And I'm going to click on that Create AI Strategy button, right? And once we do that, we have a bunch of different examples here that we could use. If you guys want some ideas on things to build, you could click on any one of these examples and have it built for you. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it from our prompt cheat sheet, because I actually really like this strategy in particular. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste this in and hit Generate Strategy, right? But what I could have done, just like with ChatGPT, I could have just described what I wanted in here, right? I could have said, build an options trading bot that trades Tesla stock, does call options and rolls them, or something like that. You know, for example, I'm a big fan of Tesla stock right now. I think this robotaxi stuff is going to be really, really big. I know this because I actually rode in a Tesla quite a few times. We rented one, and the technology is very impressive. So I'm a big fan of Tesla, for example. I could put in a prompt here to say, make an option strategy that trades Tesla and buys call options and rolls them every week, or something like that, right? You could type in pretty much whatever you want, put it straight into there, and it will generate for you, okay? So there you go. So that generated that strategy for me. This was, again, our prompt was, make a bot that trades TQQQ. If you guys have never heard of TQQQ, it's a triple leveraged NASDAQ. It's a very good performing asset. If you guys have seen this, it does really, really well. But the problem is that it also crashes really hard when things go bad. So what we designed here is we built a little prompt that could fix that, right? So instead of simply owning TQQQ, it's going to trade it. It's going to swing trade it, basically. So owns it when things are doing well and things are looking up. And then when the market starts to crash, it gets out, right? So you avoid those big, big drops, right? That's basically what this prompt is doing here. It's saying, make a bot that trades TQQQ based on the 200-day moving average. Buy TQQQ when the price is above the 200-day moving average, and sell it when it's below. So a very simple strategy, but very, very effective, as you guys will see. Okay, so we put in that strategy. You can see here that it generated some code for me. If you guys are coders, you can really get into the details here. It's a very detailed kind of code. Honestly, this tripped me out like crazy the first time we wrote this. This is stuff we used to take. It used to take months to teach someone how to do something like this. Now you guys can do this in seconds. It's crazy, right? So here is that strategy in Python code if you guys are interested. All right, what I could even do here is I could share this with you. So let me make this public and share this. So I'm going to put this into the Zoom chat. So if you guys actually want to even look at this strategy, you guys can go directly to the strategy and just use this thing that we built today. So this is shared with you. Yeah. And basically what it did is it created this Python code. You can go through it if you want. We have some AI notes here that explains basically how this all works. Here's the strategy notes and all the details. And then we have the flow diagram. So if you click on the flow diagram, you can see exactly how this thing works, right? So we could go in here, for example, we say, get the historical prices for TQQQ. If the data is available, compute the 200-day moving average, right? If the price is above the moving average, yes. If it is, then place buy order using 98% of cash. If it's not above the moving average, then price below the SMA, then place a sell order for all your shares. So you could visually just understand what is this strategy doing. You don't have to go through the code at all. You can actually understand really just in visual format, what does this thing do? What is this thing actually about to run for you? Okay. And then once you've done that, what you could also do is you can go ahead and backtest. For those of you that don't know what a backtest is, it's basically simulating what would have happened if I had ran this over the past whatever number of years. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go backtest strategy. I'm going to set my date range. I'm going to go from, I think TQQQ came out around 2012 or maybe 2011. So I'm going to go January 2012 all the way up until today, right? That's what our back testing range is, actually a little bit less than today. And it even shows us here Here's a couple of events that happened over this time period. 2015, there was a China crisis. 2018, there's a correction. 2020 was a COVID crash. 2021, 2022, there's the bear market. If you guys remember that, that was kind of crazy. And then you can see that that's basically what we're going to be back testing over, that whole date range. And all I'm going to do is hit run back test. You see some confetti come down, and you'll see this back test to actually go off and start for you. Okay, so we're going to let that run, and I'm going to answer your questions in the meantime. But you can see this thing actually back test here. You can see it starting up, and you'll see a nice progress bar and see exactly what this thing is doing. Okay. Dr. Michael has a question here. Just got here late. Did you share any other links, docs, or resources? So I shared with you guys our presentation. I'll do that again for you, Dr. Michael. There we go. Or should I say Dr. Crawley? That's our presentation that we're going through. So you can follow along as well. And it also comes with that cheat sheet. So you guys can use that. Okay. So there we go. We have the back test running. We can see here, just finished up, back test completed. We could scroll down here. We could see the result of the back test that tells us what was our back testing period, when did we run it. Our annual return was actually very nice, 37% a year. If you guys do the math on that, you could make quite a bit of money doing this. Total return is about 6,831% over the full course of this back test. So in other words, if you had put your money in January 1st, 2012 and held it up until today, you'd be up almost 7,000%. So about 70 times your money. So meaning if you put in about $10,000, let's say, what's 70 times 10,000? You'd have almost $1 million from $10,000 using this strategy. That'd be pretty damn amazing. All right. Okay, so that's our back test. That's really, really helpful to help us understand, is this a good idea or not? Back tests are not, miracle workers. They're not going to tell you with 100% certainty that something's going to work, but it definitely gives you a lot more of an indication. So we see here, this is how the strategy did. We could actually get into the weeds of it, right? So I could even click on here, tear sheet HTML. I could see here's the details of exactly how this thing ran. In the blue, you can see this is my strategy and how it performed. You can see these flat parts here too, where it just exited the market, right? You can see all the details here, the total return, the annual return. You can even break it down. Okay, we compare it here versus the S&P 500, right? Because we should compare it to the stock market. It's usually one of the best comparisons. You can see here, the S&P 500 did about 487% over that same time period. We did 683%. So quite a bit better with this strategy. We can see our Sharpe ratio is better, our ROMAD's better, our correlation to the benchmark is quite a bit lower as well. Correlation is really important. And you could kind of go through all the details here and really in a lot of detail understand exactly what this strategy did, right? This we could do with this tear sheet. You get that automatically every single time you run a back test. Okay. But you can also get more stuff. You can get CSV files if you want to analyze it using ChatGPT or using Excel or something like that. And you can also click here on view details. And this is going to give you a trading view chart. For those of you that use trading view, it'll give you a nice trading view chart so you can actually understand in detail what exactly this thing did. All right. So we're going to wait for this thing to load up here. And you can see here, this is our strategy, and you can see exactly it sold here on what was that, March 10th, 2020 at 10:30 a.m. And then it bought on May 18th, 2020 at 10:30 a.m. You can see basically all the buys and sells that it did. You can see how much cash we had on hand at each point in time. And look at that. It grew from $100,000 at the very beginning. That's our default. It grew from $100,000 approximately all the way until the end. It grew to be about $7 million. Holy crap. That's a good return. Okay. And then you can also see your indicators here. This is a TQQQ, the value of that actual stock. You can see here the moving average, and you could very easily understand why it's selling, right? You can see here it sold because this thing crossed below this thing. You can actually compare. It was at 64 versus over here, it fell below that around right there. Okay, so you can understand the strategy. Why is it buying? Why is it selling? You can really get deep into all this stuff. And then when you scroll a little further, you can actually see every single trade that it did here in a nice little table, right? So this is exactly what this strategy did, when it bought, when it sold, how much it bought it for, how much did it trade. all that kind of stuff is an intricate detail here for this strategy. So if you guys want to understand it, you have a lot of stuff to do that, right? And again, if you guys join our AI Bootcamp, we're going to show you exactly how to build these types of things, analyze these strategies without using any code. We'll show you exactly how to build these types of things. We'll give you a bunch of different strategies that we use, and we'll give you a bunch of different prompts. We'll show you exactly how to analyze your strategies and all that kind of stuff, because there's a lot of details to this. You don't need to code, but to understand the strategies, that's something that we could show you exactly how to do. Okay, so we've built out a strategy using a natural language prompt. We've back tested it. You can see that I created that back test. You got your compound annual growth rate. You got our max drawdown, Sharpe ratios, all that good stuff. You have an interactive trading view chart. You get CSV files. You get export. You get a lot of really good stuff directly from that really, really easily. Again, not writing a single line of code. Okay. Now, once I have this, now I can also run this bot very easily. Right. So let's say I want to run this bot. I'm like, this is pretty good, right? I want to run this bot. How would you do that? Simply click on deploy strategy up here. Okay. It's going to open this up, and then you're going to choose your broker. Right now on our website, we have 2 brokers that we work with. If you want to work with a bunch of others, we could do that too. We have Alpaca and Tradier in here. We also work with Schwab, Coinbase, Kraken, KuCoin, Kraken. We are adding in a bunch of prop traders right now as well. So if you guys are using what are some of the big prop firms? We're basically connected to all these big prop firms. If you guys want to do futures trading with prop firms, we're connecting to all of them as well. So we have a lot of brokers that you can choose from. But right now on the website, we have 2 available. We're going to be adding more and more as we go. But there are other ways you could run this if you want to. We'll show you how to do that in our AI Bootcamp. Right, so choose a broker. My favorite's Alpaca, so I'm going to leave it as that. And then you can connect your account. I already have them connected, but I'm going to disconnect it so I can show you guys exactly how to do this. All right, so step 1, choose your broker. Step 2, connect to your brokerage account. So I'm going to click on here, connect to Alpaca. You'll see it's super simple. Loads up this page here. All I have to do, I'm already logged in, so you'd have to log in if you weren't. I'm just going to select what accounts I want to use. I'm going to use this test account over here. Click allow, and that's it. I have a broker connected. Super, super simple. Okay. And now I have chosen my broker. I've connected my account, and then I can make this bot public or paper trading. I could do whatever I want with this. I could set some environment variables too if you want to do that. We'll keep it simple. Click on deploy bot, and that's it. And we're done. So basically, you guys can see really, really simple with just a couple clicks. I was able to take something that I said in natural language, build out the strategy that trades TQQQ on the 200-day moving average. I simply typed that in. The AI generated it for me. I was able to back test it, understand exactly how it works, all the details, and then run it. Really, really simple. Just a few clicks. Really, really easy to do. Okay? And you can see here, it says bot is running. I could click on view live performance. I could go into this bot, and you'll see here the account value is $101,000 as $15,000 worth of cash in it. There's no return yet because it literally just started. And by tomorrow, if I leave this thing going, you will see that tomorrow this thing actually starts trading and doing things automatically for you, right? So super, super simple to do all this. All I have to do is push a couple buttons, and now I have my own AI bot live. Fantastic. All right, cool. Okay. Any questions around any of that stuff that I just showed you guys? Well, I take a sip of water. It's a very hot day today. Just sitting out in the sun all day today. It was actually very nice. I'm very thirsty. Okay, cool. So that's our website. If you guys want to go to BotSpot, you guys can go to BotSpot, sign up there, try it out. We have a 7-day free trial. You guys can mess around with it, put in whatever prompts you like, launch your own bots. All that stuff is available to you on that free trial. It's $99 a month after that if you choose to stay on board afterwards, but that is available to you through this website. Okay. What I also want to tell you about is I want to tell you about our pro plan. Okay. So if you guys are really serious about this and you guys really want to build some killer bots and do some really amazing AI powered trading, this is your ticket to do that. Okay. So here's our pro plan. Basically what it is it's going to give you not just access to the website, which you will get also with our starter plan. But the pro plan gives you more access. So you're going to be able to run more bots. You're going to have more things available to you. But then also you're going to be able to join our AI Bootcamp, right? And that AI Bootcamp is something that starts, and actually here's the page for it. I'm going to go directly to this page, and let me stop this bot before we do that. Okay. So I'm going to show you our AI Bootcamp, and I'll share with you the page as well. If you go to botspot.trade, you just go under Education AI Bootcamp. It's right there. Or you could use this link, botspot.trade/AI Bot Builder Bootcamp. Okay, and basically it's a 5-week long course that's going to teach you exactly how to do this stuff. Okay. So basically, if you scroll down here, you can learn a lot about this whole course and kind of the details. But I'm going to show you what our curriculum looks like. Basically, it's 5 weeks long, where we do it every Thursday night, starting with August 7th. So it's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, August 7th. It's starting. It's a 5-week long class. It's going to teach you about, first of all, how to do vibe coding. If you guys have never heard of what vibe coding is, basically, it's the ability to use things like VS Code or Cursor to be able to create code for you without actually writing any code. The AI can actually build a lot of stuff for you. So in this session, the first week, we're going to show you how to build your own trading website, right? You're going to be able to build a little website that you'll be able to actually see stock prices and all that kind of stuff, and put in your own indicators and whatnot into your own website. We'll show you how to do that with zero code whatsoever, right? So not only is this going to be good for you to obviously make trading strategies and things like that, but this can also be very useful for you in other ways. If you have a job where you need to do all sorts of different kinds of automated things, or if you have, in your personal life, you want to build some sort of side projects, this will teach you how to do that. We'll show you how to set up this vibe coding environment so you can actually create your own websites and things like that using really just your voice and typing, right? You don't really need to know any code to do this kind of stuff these days, right? Okay, so that's week 1. We're going to teach you how to do that. Week 2, we're going to tell you about bot fundamentals. We're going to show you how to back test and do a lot of the stuff that I showed you today. We're going to get a lot deeper into it, though. We're going to show you, okay, this is how you do the back test. This is all the different details of it. What does each number mean? How does all that stuff, why does all that stuff matter? We're going to get really deep into that. Each one of these days, you're also going to have a homework assignment so you can get some practice. Week 3, we're going to teach you about technical analysis. How do you do technical analysis using AI? We're going to show you how to launch this kind of stuff as well on different brokers, right? And how do you do error handling and debugging if something bad happens? Week 4, we're going to cover how to do crypto and news-based trading. So if you guys want trading kind of crypto algorithms, or if you guys want to trade based off the news, for example, if Powell comes out and says they're going to lower rates, that's probably a really good buying opportunity. Or if a company just announced some new product, or if you're trading biotech companies and they just passed their phase 2 or phase 3, those are usually very good times to buy stocks. We'll show you how to build bots that can automatically do that. And then week 5, we'll show you how to do options and futures trading. So if you guys want to build option strategies or future strategies, we'll teach you how to do that. And each one of these days, you're going to have your own homework. So you guys can go off and actually practice this. It's going to be a very hands-on course to teach you how to do all this stuff. Okay. So that's the first thing you get as part of our pro plan. Right. Let me answer these questions first before I get deeper into this. If I did sign up under a business, can this trading be considered an opposition tax write-off? Do you know? Yeah, I think you can write this off. I'm pretty sure you can. We've had people in the past write off courses for their business. I'm pretty sure you could write that off. You could write off also probably the membership as well, right? Because if you sign up to our website, there's a membership fee. You could write that off as a business expense, and you could also write off the course itself. So yes, absolutely, Jason, you can do that. Right. And then Rome asks, can I connect my bot to Merrill Lynch 401k and trade for me out of my account? We don't specifically work with Merrill Lynch. They don't allow us to connect to them through the API. Not every broker allows it. Right. We work with pretty much all the ones that do. Schwab, if you have an account with Schwab, if you have an account with Tradier, if you have an account with Alpaca, if you have an account with one of those supporting brokers, we can do it. And absolutely, we could trade an IRA. I don't think you could trade a 401k the same way, but an IRA is you could roll it over to an IRA and you could trade it that way. I actually trade quite a bit of money of my own IRAs as well. So I do that too. Merrill Lynch, I don't think we work with directly. So you'd have to open up another account. But that's just because Merrill Lynch doesn't allow other people to go in and trade their stuff. So Dr. Michael asked Fidelity. Unfortunately, Fidelity also does not have an API. Maybe that's changed. Actually, wouldn't mind checking this. Fidelity Trading API. If they do, we could actually add it in. Fidelity integration, add developers use API. Maybe we can actually connect to Fidelity. That might be something that is possible. We don't currently do it, but it might be something that we can add for you as well if you would like to use Fidelity. I actually have an account with Fidelity as well, so I'd love to do that. And then Jason asked, so Thinkorswim allows this, or Schwab alone, if you know. Yeah, so Thinkorswim is the product, so it's the like actual app that connects to Schwab. So yeah, so if you're using Thinkorswim or Schwab, we can control your account using these AI bots. It's basically the same thing. Thinkorswim is basically the app itself, but the account is with Schwab. And yes, we can absolutely work with Schwab. Okay, cool. So I was telling you about the pro plan. So first thing you get with the pro plan is you get that AI bootcamp that I told you about, 5 weeks of training. We're going to show you exactly how to do this stuff. How do you make these AI prompts? How do you build these bots? There's no coding involved. There's not a coding bootcamp, but we're going to show you how to use AI to create code, right? This it's a really interesting phenomenon called vibe coding. We're going to show you exactly how to do all that stuff, show you how to make your own little micro website, show you how to create your own bots, how to trade crypto, stocks, options, futures, how to analyze back tests. We're going to give you actually 50 of already pre-existing bots as well. We're going to give you a prompt library. I'm going to give you 50 pre-existing bots as well, so you could use stuff right out of the box. You don't have to reinvent anything. You just use what we have. We also have every Tuesday something that we call our live algo hour. And basically, this is a class. So the AI Bootcamp takes place on Thursdays at 7 p.m. It's 5 weeks long, and we teach you how to do this stuff. But on top of that, we also have our Tuesday sessions, which happen every Tuesday night. For example, we did it last night. And where you could join on Tuesdays and you could actually have us build things for you, right? So there's a group that people join. We have about 5, 10, 15 people that join this group. It's very exclusive. So if you guys come in, you can actually mention an idea that you have. And you say, hey, what if we built a bot that does something like this, right? And you'll have basically everyone in the group being able to critique it and come up with new ideas, right? And then we could actually build that bot during the session, right? So you don't have to code anything. You don't have to prompt anything. We'll just create it for you. And then you could all go off and use it, right? And this way, you get to have something created for you very, very easily. And it allows you to basically get more minds looking at it and saying, well, what if we did this? And what if we did that? And we've built a lot of really, really impressive strategies coming out of this Tuesday class. We've been doing it for 2 years now, and we've built up quite a few different strategies. In fact, these 50 plus strategies that I'm telling you guys about, we created during these Tuesday sessions. So you guys are going to be able to join those. They're really, really powerful. They're 4 hours on Tuesday nights, every single Tuesday, and you guys will be able to build some really cool stuff from there, right? You guys also get access to our private Discord community. So if you have any questions, or you want to communicate with the rest of the community, you can do that. And you also get 2 30-minute one-on-one consults per month, which will allow you to actually build a lot of really good stuff. So if you ever get stuck with anything, you need help building stuff out, or you kind of just want to walk through things together with anyone else, you're going to get 2 30-minute sessions per month where you can actually get any kind of help that you need through that. And this is very powerful. We've built some really cool bots there as well. I'm working on some very interesting ones with some of our clients right now that we'll put on our website soon. I think you guys will be very impressed with the results. But okay, so that's our pro plan. That's everything that you get with the pro plan. You get this AI bootcamp, you got our prompt library, you got 50 plus trading algorithms, you got our Tuesday live session, you got our private Discord community, and you get these one-on-one consults every month, 2 of them every month, right? So, how much do you think this costs? This is something that I think provides a lot of value. Typical AI type boot camps will sell, for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, maybe even more than that if you're buying these things in person. Prompt libraries usually can go for quite a bit of money as well. Pre-existing algorithms, these are ones that we built over years, literally years. It took us to build these 50 strategies, and you could get them with the pro plan. Our Tuesday sessions, those are ones that we used to actually charge a couple $1,000 as well for. But we're going to give it to you at a much better price, and price is coming soon. Okay. Before I show you the price, before I show you guys kind of where we're at, we're running a summer sale right now, so we do have a discount. But here's our 30-day guarantee that I want to tell you guys about as well. If you attend our AI Bootcamp, if you sign up to this and you don't like it for whatever reason, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So just so you know, this is something that's very easy. If you don't like it for whatever reason, we don't even care what the reason is. Just say, I want my money back. You can get your money back in full after 30 days or before 30 days if you'd like to do that. Okay. All right. So here's our boot camp. Regularly for our pro plan, what we do is we charge about $3,000. It's $2,999 normally for a pro plan. Today it's going for $1,997. If you go down to our website here for our AI training bootcamp, you can actually see the pricing here. You see that we actually have the sale going on right now. Our summer sale ends on June 30th at 8 p.m. This is all automatic in our system. It's just going to knock this out. So you have about 5 days while this is going. You can actually even see the timer going down here, right? And right now you're going to save yourself $1,000 if you guys sign up. It's $2,198 up front, and then it's $200 a month afterwards. You don't have to continue with that $200 a month. You're still going to get access to all this stuff, and you're going to keep all the prompts. You're going to keep all the algorithms that you get. You're going to keep the recordings and all that. But if you want to stay on board for $200, you also get access to our whole platform, being able to run bots and all that kind of stuff too. Okay. So there you go. So that's our summer sale. That is expiring on June 30th. So if you guys sign up before then, you could save yourself $1,000 and get into our boot camp. All right. If you guys want to sign up, let me share with you the link again. Here's the link to the page. There it is, our AI-powered bootcamp, or AI Bootcamp. You also get a bunch of other stuff on top of this as well. This is part of our pro plan, which has quite a few more things than just the bootcamp. So let me give you all the details about that as well. Let me show this. Boom. And here's all the details about our pro plan, so you guys can know not only about this AI bootcamp that we're going to be hosting, but then also all the other details, all the prompts that we give you, and strategies and things like that. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so that was our workshop. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You could see how it's very easy. If you guys wanted to, you could sign up to our website now. Like I said, it's a 3 or 7 day free trial. You guys can go in and mess around with it. It's $99 a month after that. Or if you guys want to sign up to our pro plan and do the full shebang, we'll help you guys actually walk through how to build these strategies, help you create your own, give you all the keys to the kingdom, all the stuff that we spent years developing. We can give all that stuff to you right now at $1,000 off if you guys sign up to our pro plan. Okay. Any questions around anything? You guys have been pretty good at asking questions throughout the whole process, but we do have a form here if you guys want to ask any questions about this. Right, this is a live session. That's exactly why we do it live. If you guys want to turn on your microphones, feel free to do that. Or if you guys want to type into the chat, you can do that as well. That includes YouTube, you guys on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and all that. If you guys want to type in there as well, we can answer your questions there too. All right. All right, cool. Okay, well, if you guys do have any questions in the future, you guys can always book a call with one of our staff. If you go over to BotSpot, you click on Help. There's a book a consultation call right up at the top here. I'm going to share the link with you guys here. Right up at the top, you have a BotSpot call. You can pick a time right now. This is what's available in June. You could switch over to July, book something in July if that works better for you guys. So you guys can get on the phone and actually ask any questions live if you have any questions. We also have at the bottom here, support@lumiwealth.com. If you want to email us, you can ask any questions through there as well. And on BotSpot, we do have a little chat. So you can open this up and you can actually ask questions directly through our chat as well if you want to speak to someone that way. So you guys do have any questions, there's lots of ways to contact us. You could email us, you could talk to us through this chat, or you guys can just book a call through our help page. Either way, you guys can have your questions answered and get help with any of that stuff. All right, cool. All right, well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, guys, for attending. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys got a chance to see how powerful AI has gotten. You can build some really, really cool stuff with this. And if you guys do join our pro plan and join our AI Bootcamp, I will see you guys August 7th. And or actually, if you guys join, you could even join us next week on Tuesday and watch how we build these algorithms live. All right. Hope you guys have a great night. Thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure.